Follow your bliss, and doors will open where there were no doors before. Joseph Campbell. Welcome to Sweat for Success. I'm Marcus, your inspirational speaker, bringing you an encouraging thought today. And today's thought is going to be about success. What is true success? Real success. And I want to break this down for y'all in a different form of how I got this message, because this wasn't through actual research or study that I normally find my answers to a certain topic. This actually came to me in the form of a dream, and this kind of it was very explainable too. It was like black and white. It was the answer was so there, because I was taking this journey of success and just trying to achieve the very best things in my field that I wanted to achieve. And I'm going to share something with you that it was so real to me. It was so eye-opening. It was so real that I literally jumped out of bed that day, and I went to write what it was that came to me down. And it explained it so good. And in that success, it was asking me a specific question. And I want y'all to take y'all pens out, because this is going to be worthy of writing down every one of these, okay? So in my success journey, when I had this dream, it asked me this one question. It said, Marcus, it said, are you a star player? And I want y'all to get something, right? Because it wasn't asking me, am I a star player? This had nothing to do with athletics. Had nothing to do with, zero to do with athletics. And it may sound like that, but it doesn't, because it was asking me, are you a star player? And it broke it down into an acronym like this. Write this down. AYASP. And to me, when you spell that out, it looked like it spells ASAP. You take the Y out and it looked like it spelled ASAP, but it doesn't spell ASAP, so I still called it ASAP. You know, when I taught this to a class, I said, I don't care what it spelled, I'm calling it ASAP. So that's what it broke down to me in the form of an acronym, AYASP. And in my dream, it asked me, Marcus, are you a star player? You see, the reason it was asking me that was because it had asked me another question. It said, are you a star player? In those same 5 letters, it said, or are you a self-promoter? Right? And I had to think like, whoa, are you a star player? And are you a self-promoter? I told y'all, get your pens out, because this is going to be worthy of writing down. And when it was asking me, are you a star player? It wasn't asking me, am I a basketball? Are you a star player on your team? Are you a Michael Jordan? Are you a LeBron James? Are you a Kobe Bryant? It wasn't asking me any of those type of things. It was asking me, are you a star player? And it said, think of an actual star, right? An actual star. And it said, what is a real star in the sky? What is it a symbol of? It's a symbol of what? I had to think about this. Okay, it's a symbol of light. An actual star is a symbol of light. And it said, Marcus, are you a symbol of light? And I said, well, keep explaining. In my dream, it kept explaining, breaking it down. Are you a symbol of light? Meaning this. Are you taking your light? Okay, let's do this. Say you were able to grab the star out of the sky. We're just going to figuratively play this game. Say you were able to grab an actual star out of the sky, right? And you take that star. You got it in the palm of your hand. You take that star and you throw it into a very, very, very dark room, right? And what happens when you throw that symbol of light into a dark room? What happens? Automatically, the star overcomes the darkness. The light overtakes the darkness, doesn't it? Well, and symbolically, it was saying that, Marcus, are you a symbol of light, shining your good, your gifts on everybody else? Or are you a self-promoter? Are you in this for yourself? Are you in this to do good for yourself, to get things and gain for yourself? Or are you actually in this, doing this to make everybody else look good? Are you doing this to make somebody else feel good? Are you doing this so that somebody else can shine? Marcus, are you a symbol of light, taking your brightness and shining your gifts all over everybody else, making them look better, bringing up other people, huh? And that's what it was asking me, is are you a symbol of light, shining your good down on everybody else, right? Because when you see the light always overtakes the darkness. The darkness can never overtake the light. The light will always overtake the darkness, right? And that's why, and you know, the dark takes from the light. The dark takes from the light, but it can never overtake the light. You know, the light always overtakes the darkness. It goes into a dark place and it overwhelms the darkness. But what it does is it shines on everything. So everything in its surrounding will be getting shined on. Everything in its surrounding gets shined on. Everything in its surrounding gets to sharing those gifts, right? Gets to sharing those surrounding and the surrounding of that brightness, that gift, right? So here's what I want y'all to do. Write these down, because when they ask me, are you a star player or are you a sub-promoter? And that's what you got to ask yourself. Are you a star player or are you a sub-promoter? Are you shining your gifts on everybody else, or are you taking from the world and not giving nothing in it? Right? John F. Kennedy said it best. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. See, we make our world better when we start with ourselves, right? But here's another thing, right? Write these down. I want y'all to write down the word star. Break it down. S-T-A-R. Star. Right? We're going to break that down into an acronym, because it went even further and it got even deeper. And it said, Marcus, are you a star player? I said, how can I be a star player? And it said, well, Marcus, are you selfless? See, first of all, to be a star player, you have to be selfless. You have to start giving of yourself. You have to stop worrying about what you can get and start worrying about what other people can get. You have to become selfless. You have to start thinking about other people and get your thinking off of yourself. Are you a selfless person? Are you giving of your time and your talents to everybody else, right? Are you selfless? Are you helping somebody else come up, right? So that's how it broke it down to me. Selfless. Start sharing what you got with somebody else. Start shining your light down on somebody else who needs it. See, when you got gifts, something good that you can use for somebody else, then you need to use it and shine it down on everybody else, right? And then it asked me this. It said, Marcus, how are you spending your time? It made me really reflect on how I was spending my time. I started to look. I said, well, I'm here and I'm there and I'm. I kept saying I'm. What the? I'm. All I kept saying was me, right? Spending my time here, spending my time there. But what I was noticing, I wasn't spending my time in the places where it needed. See, I was spending my time on me, right? When I didn't need, especially during times where I could have been out helping. But I wasn't spending my time out helping. I was spending my time on myself. So I had to get outside of myself and start spending my time volunteering, giving my time to other people and charity, and start doing mentoring work and tutoring work. So I had to start realizing where my time was going, where I was spending my time. So I had to stop wasting my time and start spending my time in places where it was needed. So it made me really reflect on my time. So I'm telling you, give your time and give your talents and give your gifts and share those abilities you have with somebody else. Give your time. Okay? And then they asked me this. It said, Marcus, who are you affecting? That's your A, right? Who are you affecting? See, when you got to start realizing that your character, your mood, and who you are affects the person, the people around you. Right? You are affecting somebody with your influence. And that's what it started to say. Marcus, who are you affecting with your influence? Right? You got all this good positive energy, but who are you affecting with it? Are you around the people that needs it? Are you around the people that can use that? Are you around the people that needs to see that, so that they can say, hey, that guy has something I would like to have, and how do he get it? Maybe I need to talk to that guy. But I wasn't doing the things like giving my time in areas where I could be asked that question, right? So it was asking me, who are you affecting with your influence, right? So we got to watch what we do, who we are, our character, our integrity, our honesty, who we are as a person, a people, right? To understand that if you want to be somebody that changed the world, you want to be somebody that changed somebody's life, then you got to really look at who you are Because you need to know how you're going to affect people with the way you talk, with the way you walk, with the way you dress, with the way you present yourself, with the way you handle your business, with the way you do everything, your home life, your work life. You got to watch who you're affecting everywhere, because people are looking at you and watching you, and you're trying to be a symbol of light. You can't be a symbol of light. You can't be a star player. You can't be a symbol of light and people are looking at you in the wrong way. See, you want to be a symbol of light. You want people to say, I want to be a light like that guy, because everywhere he go, he shines on everything. People get better when he comes around. People are better when he comes around. People flock to him because he does something good for them and not himself. Selfless, right? He's always spending his timing, right? And then he's always affecting people, right? That's how we get to where we need to be. And then your R is going to be relationships. Are you building the right relationships with the right people? You got to watch your relationships. You got to watch who you're spending that time with, right? Because some people can be de-energizing. So I like to call them de-energizing bunny. You know, you want the Energizer Bunny, not de-Energizer Bunny. See, you got some people that can de-energize you of all your energy, of all your talent, and can really waste your time. So you have to really watch who you spend your time with, because those are the relationships you're going to be building. And then, and especially when you're connecting with people, because the people that you're going to be connecting with are going to be the people that you're going to spend the time with. The people you're going to be connecting with are the people you're going to be spending relationships with, right? Building relationships with. And you got to watch who you spend your time with. But you most importantly got to watch who you build your relationships with, because some people can come in like snakes in the grass and backstab you, right? And we all know we have people like that in our lives, right? So you got to watch and be a people. You got to be a people watcher. You got to be a learner of people, because you got to know different personalities. You got to know what type of personality is the person that's coming in your life, and that can affect you, can affect your growth, can affect, I like to call these people mosquitoes, right? I call them mosquitoes because all they do is talk about me while sucking the life's blood out of you. You got to watch those mosquitoes, right? You got to watch those type of people. So you don't want people coming in, sucking the life's blood out of you, draining you of everything that you got, draining you of everything that your potential and what you need to do. So you need to be careful of that, right? So watch the relationships you build. Build positive relationships, build good relationships, build helpful relationships, and build relationships that are needed, okay? And that's just what I have for you today. So remember this. Are you a star player? Are you shining your gifts on everybody else when you walk into a room? Are you a star player? Are you shining your brightness and your gifts, your time and your talents on everybody else? And then, are you being selfless? Where are you spending your time? Who are you spending your time with? Who are you affecting? And watch the relationships, okay? So that's your star right there. And that was a word that came to me in my dream. And and that's the way I had to interpret it. But it took a while for me to interpret it, but I got it. It came to me like that. But it was good. It was a good message that I was able to share with y'all. And I'm going to be here just making sure that everything I do is affecting you in a positive way. Because we're going to be building some relationships too through this, okay? So, y'all know how I like to do my messages at the end of every one, right? I say, dig deeper to go higher, to find your higher calling and purpose in this life. God bless, be a blessing, and have a blissful, successful life.